How you doing? How's it going? Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast that my dog fucking is afraid to hear, dude. Dude, if you could see my dog right now, she's dead asleep, dude. She knew that I was going to start doing this. She saw me setting up the lights. She started barking and freaking out, dude. She got so tired at the setup of this podcast that now she's fully passed out, dude. Despite my annoying voice being 5 times louder than a human being could hear it to this cute little dog, she's so tuckered out from the buildup of me finally getting this set up that she's like, it doesn't matter what kind of stupid shit you say, I'm going to be asleep through all of it. And that's good, dude. That's good. She needs her fucking rest. Anyway, how you guys doing? How's it going? How was Stranger Things, dude? I hope if you watched Stranger Things, you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the ending. I hope you're satisfied with it. I hope that when you got to that last episode, you thought to yourself, it was all worth it. What the 19 years that this show has been in production, I'm glad that I spent the time to watch every single frame of it, and I'm glad it's finally over, and I'm satisfied, and I accept that it is over. That this show is done. That there is no more of this current iteration of the show. I hope that you have went through all of the stages of grief and you are now in the acceptance stage, and you stop going on the internet and pointing out what time it was in 3 of the scenes of the show to prove that there's a secret finale for no fucking reason, dude. Dude, my girlfriend got so obsessed through a mutual friend with this conformity gate with fucking Stranger Things QAnon, dude. With QAnon 2.0. They almost got obsessed with the same exact date, bro. My girlfriend is telling me all these theories about how because there are certain plot holes in the final episode of Stranger... I've never watched the show, so I'm hearing this completely... I'm an unbiased third party. I'm just observing her reaction and the world's reaction to the end of this show. And the way in which fans... like QAnon themselves into this vortex and tunnel where they thought at the end of it was a light that was going to show them a new episode. The way in which they burrowed themselves deep underground and believed in psychotic bullshit, like it's nuts. But it's also not nuts at all, dude. Like, my girlfriend's telling me all these theories about... My girlfriend's basically just describing either a intentionally written season finale where the ending is ambiguous, or a really shittily written season finale where nothing is satisfying because it's written in a way where they're like, oh, I forgot half the shit we were doing. Either way, it's not leading to another episode. Also, I kept saying to her, it's one of those things where it's like all these fans are super obsessed and they're all thinking this secret things. I just couldn't get over how much it was the same thing as QAnon. And I was trying to tell my girlfriend this, and she was getting a little defensive, but like it was the same fucking thing, dude. QAnon believed in January 6th. The Stranger Things gang believed in January 7th, dude. And both of them were equally stupid to believe in. January 6th, Trump was going to reinstate himself as president to get the military to kick Joe Biden out. Why would that happen? That doesn't make any sense. Fucking January 7th, Stranger Things. Vecna was going to show up and he was going to fucking show that he actually killed Joe Biden. He was going to reveal to the world that actually he murdered Joe Biden a long time ago and he is the president of the United States, or whatever the fuck they believed was going to happen on January 7th. That Vecna really won, dude. But guess what, dude? If Vecna really won, you don't need another episode, dude. It really bummed me out the way in which people just didn't watch that thing. Dude, they aired it in theaters. They put it in theaters. Why would there be a secret extra fucking episode? It bummed me out the way in which people could not just accept that the show was over. It just made me bummed out because I was like, damn, dude, we live in such a content-brained world that no one accepts something is fucking over. It reminded me of The Sopranos. If The Sopranos came out today, there'd probably be the same kind of psychotic theories about like, oh my God, they didn't fully show us if Tony died or not, which means there must be another episode to explicitly show us whether or not he's gonna die. No, dude. It used to be... Okay. I didn't watch the show, but my girlfriend described things in detail to me, and she brought up all these different moments in the show where it showed that the kids might not have won, that Vecna might have actually won. And if we weren't in such a content-brained world, you'd watch this episode and you'd notice all these little Easter eggs and all these little pieces that are hinting that the villain might have won, and you would go, oh, what an interesting ambiguous ending. But now I feel like people don't even understand what the word ambiguous means, dude. I can barely say it myself, dude. And I'm old enough to remember what the word means. I'm old enough to remember the Sopranos ending and be like, that's ambiguous, dude. That's ambiguous. It's like, why can't... I don't know. Now, I felt like I had to watch the entire... It felt a lot like Game of Thrones except, once again, dude, Game of Thrones. If Game of Thrones came out today, we're in such a content-brained, nothing never ends world that, like, if Game of Thrones came out today, the way in which people hated that fucking ending, they would be doing the same cope. All the diehard fans would be creating a weird theory of, like, it's gonna keep going. Nah, dude. Some things just end, bro. Things end. People die. It's over, dude. My friend, after Conformity Gate came and went, January 7th, my friend goes, well, I'm still holding out to the 12th. Hey, don't do that. Don't hold out to the 12th. Accept that it's over and eat a bagel, you know? Accept that it's over and kiss your boyfriend, okay? Move on with your life. It's a TV show and it's done now. Vecna might have won. They might have been insinuating that. But that's for you to figure out. I don't know. I didn't watch the show, so I can't judge whether or not it's good writing going over people's heads or if it's just like it was written so poorly. I mean, a lot of people who watched it who didn't believe in the theory were just saying like, oh no, the ending's so bad that people are just pretending there's more. People were so upset that the finale sucked that they're like, there's gotta be more shit because I can't have wasted 42 years of my life watching that TV show and it ends that shittily. I don't know. I didn't watch it. People have a hard time. I mean, I get it, dude. It's so much a part of your life. Sometimes these TV shows, they're with you for fucking a decade and they're your favorite thing to consume. I get it, dude. I play video games. I get it, bro. Every time a video game is done, dude, I'm upset. I want to shit on people for being so invested in Stranger Things, but it's like, I don't know, but everyone picks their thing to be overly invested in and care about. And I can't get too mad. Like I think it's wild. The thing that bothers me is when people are like, there'll be a person who's like, how could people believe in QAnon? And then they'll believe in Conformity Gate. And you're like, everyone chooses their dumb fucking thing to fully believe in. Everyone chooses a dumb as shit thing to quadruple down on. It's just that nobody knows what the thing is that they're going to consume themselves with. And then everybody doesn't see how stupid the thing is that they chose to waste their life on. Because we all waste our life on something. Nobody escapes wasting huge amounts of their life on something. That's what they mean when they say pick your poison. Everyone chooses it could be video games. It could be Stranger Things. It could be believing that there are lizard people. It could whatever there's something that you are going to waste decades of your life on. This is just the nature of consciousness, man. If you're a conscious being wondering what is the point of existence, you're gonna choose to waste a large amount. Maybe that's the point of existence is to choose a bizarre, stupid thing to waste most of your life on. Maybe that's the meaning to life, is wasting your time. No. I don't know. Some people don't waste their time, I guess. I don't know. I think everyone does, dude. Even people who like have like crazy businesses. I keep watching more and more interviews with extremely successful people. I think no matter who you are, whatever you invest most of your time in, you're going to feel like it's a little bit of a waste, no matter what. I was watching an interview with like Tyler, the Creator, where he's like, bro, I've worked so much of my life that I have no one to go home to. And I think the opposite, dude. I have someone to go home to, but then I also think to myself, like, bro, I haven't worked hard enough in my life. But then you find out someone who worked much harder than you is in the position wanting what you have. It's just, the grass is always greener. Sounds corny when someone says it, and you want to tell the person, like, shut the fuck up. But that's a saying for a reason, dude. The grass is always greener, unfortunately. Whatever you have, it's somehow not going to be enough for most people. It's a very natural, normal human feeling to be dissatisfied. Anyway, I hope you liked the ending, dude. I hope you liked it. I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I hope it was satisfying to you in some way. Dude, my dog got into a fucking fight on the roof, dude. That was no good. Dude, my dog is not good with other dogs. And I don't know what to do about it, dude. Because you look up, like, because you try and train the dog yourself, but you're not Cesar Millan, dude. You're not, you can't, everyone thinks they're Cesar Millan. Everyone thinks that they can speak to a dog and whisper in its ear, and it'll somehow know exactly the right thing to do. But really, you just butt your head against the dog's head until it bites another dog and it's bleeding, dude. You can tell your dog no and come and bad dog as much as you want, but if you're not Cesar Millan, your dog's going to have bite marks in its chin. We took my dog to the roof, and the last time I was on the roof with the dog, I took it off the leash because no one goes up there like late at night. Usually no one goes up there. And the dog, unfortunately, someone also came out with their dog, and my dog Valentine just ran at these people, and I had to grab her and hold her back. And these people nothing really happened, so they couldn't get that angry, but they were like, hey, man, you should keep your dog on the leash. And I'm like, absolutely, I agree. Are you guys okay? I checked in. I made sure. It was a weird dynamic where it was like this guy and his girlfriend coming out onto the roof with a little tiny dog. And my dog just tried to like jump up at the dog. Not do anything vicious, just like try and play with it. But, you know, if you're just walking onto the roof and a dog's jumping on you, it's a lot, dude. I understand. I understand why they were like, what the hell's going on? But then what happened is she was a little freaked out. And I was like, hey, are you okay? I'm so sorry about that. And then the guy just stood there for a second, looking at me and then looking at her. And it was very much a thing where it was like he was just trying to figure out how much trouble he'd be in if based on how he reacted to me. Like I could tell that he was measuring how much he should care based on the face his girlfriend was making. I've been in that position before, dude. Years ago, I was in like H&M and I was trying on a jacket and the jacket got stuck because it was too small and I was trying to get my arm out of it, and when I finally got my arm out of it, I elbowed somebody, like my arm just like snapped out of it and I elbowed this woman in the head. And I turn, I go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And she's just holding her head like this. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" And her husband or boyfriend was standing next to her, and he looks at her holding her head like this. And then he looks at me, and in this moment, I'm like, this guy is debating whether or not he should punch me in the face based on his girlfriend's, like based on the way her face is moving right now. Based on the subtleties of her going, he's trying to figure out how much pain is she in? Is it enough for me to dole out pain on the man in front of me? And I swear to God, I feel like he was about to hit me, and then just in the middle of her going, he took a step towards me, and she went, "It's okay," and they walked away. And this felt like the same thing, except his girlfriend wasn't hurt at all. So he really was just confused on what to do. But she like walked away because you go to our roof and there's like a dog park area where there's a fence and there's like turf around the rest of the roof where the dog or people could walk around, be around. And so she just takes the dog immediately to the dog park area. And I'm like, "I'm so sorry about that, man." And he goes, "Yo, well, you should bro, my girlfriend's upset." Which meant to me that he couldn't figure out how upset she was, because he saw her face, couldn't figure out quite how he should react. And so to further figure it out, he was like, "Yo, find out what she thinks." "Yo, my girlfriend's upset. Yo, I don't know how she feels, so can you talk to her right now so that I can figure out if I should be angry at you? I don't want to be yelled at later." And so he gestured at her, and I said to her, I was like, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, he jumped up on me." She did one of those. "Yeah, I'm okay. I mean," and then under her breath, "Yeah, he jumped up on me." And I was like, "Okay, well, you guys seem okay, and I'm very sorry." And he goes, "All right, well, next time put her on the leash." I'm like, yes, for sure, dude. So I'm on the roof. This is the next time we're on the roof, because from that point on, I was like, I'm not taking her on the roof. But then my girlfriend read something about poison being in the area. Some guy was like, "Hey, 2 dogs died because of poison on the baseball field." She read that in the group chat of our building or something. Just some guy saying some wild shit. And she immediately was like, "We can't take her on the baseball field." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you don't even know who this guy is, dude. This could be a crazy man, dude. Most of the shit you read to me from the building group chat is just people saying wild. It's the wildest people. Think about the type of person who writes in a building group chat, dude. They don't know what's going on. Why are you even writing in that, dude? Why is my girlfriend in there, dude?" It's not like she finds out things that are important. She just reads it and gets stressed out, and then gets stressed at me about things that people are saying that what they're saying doesn't even make any sense, dude. It basically is just a vehicle for our relationship to be more annoying. That's what the group chat does for us. But anyway, so she's freaked out. So I was like, "All right, well, you want to bring her to the roof?" We bring her to the roof, and we take her to the area with the fence so that we can take her off the leash and she won't attack a dog if a dog comes up. And then my girlfriend opens the gate, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to let the dog out." And I'm like, "Are you sure? I think that's kind of a bad idea because of what happened last time. She should be on the leash." And my girlfriend's like, "I think he'll be okay." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Okay." And then about 10 minutes later, Well, on top of that, dude, there's been this alarm going off all fucking day. So before we even went to the roof, there's been this car alarm just going off all day to the point where I called 311 because I kept saying like we should call 911, and my girlfriend keeps going, well, we shouldn't call 911. We should call something less serious than that. We should call something less serious than 911. I don't want to waste 911's time. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm pretty sure that it's just going to end up being 911 they have us call. And so I call 311 because she keeps insisting that let's not call something too crazy. Let's not call 911 that's too severe. And then 311 goes, oh, there's a car alarm going off nonstop all day? I go, yeah. They go, we'll transfer you to 911. And I was like, okay. And so I'm on the phone with 911. I tell them about the car alarm. And they're like, okay, we'll send somebody. So we're on the roof, and the car alarm's still going off. And I go to walk to the end of the roof to see where the car is. I walk to the end of the roof. I spot the car. I start walking back to my girlfriend and the dog. As I'm walking back, a guy walks onto the roof with two dogs. And he screams because my dog, the psycho she is, she just runs at him immediately. So he understandably gets a little freaked out. And then once the dog meets them, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry I freaked out. It's like, I just expect anyone to be up here. And he's being chill. But me and Audrey are like, oh, no, our dog is going to fight one of your dogs. So we start going to get our dog. And they start looking at each other. And I'm like, oh, let's get her. I'm sorry she's on the leash. And he's like, oh, it's totally cool. And the dogs start biting each other. And so I immediately am like, I got to separate them. And so like I have my hands on both of them, and then I can feel their teeth on one another. And I'm like trying not to pry them apart because, that's probably just going to make things worse. And so it's just like I have my hands like softly on them, and I'm like, get off, let go. And so she lets go. And then my girlfriend's holding Valentine by the leash. And this guy's being exceptionally chill. Like, we're getting super lucky. This guy has two dogs with him, and he's like, it's totally fine. Things happen. It's all good. Like, the wrong person, that could have, like, we could have had the same thing happen to the wrong person, and they could have been, instead of saying, like, it's all good, they could have been saying to us, your dog needs to be put down. Dude, anyway. So this guy's being super chill. My girlfriend has the leash. I go and grab the leash. Valentine's pulling so hard, the leash just breaks off. And then immediately they latch onto each other again. I walk over. I do the zhuzh. I get them off each other. I just scoop her up in my arms, and I walk across the roof. And then I'm just holding her in my lap. And my hands are covered in blood. And I'm like, where is this blood from? Am I bleeding? I'm like, hopefully I got cut and I'm bleeding. Because it better not be that dog that's bleeding. So then we start looking at Valentine, and she somehow has bite marks all over. Like, she's all cut up. And so we're like, all right, let's take her downstairs. Thank God this guy's being chill. Then we're going to the hallway, and he's there too. And thank God I'm still holding her so she can't get anywhere. And we go into the stairwell while he waits for the elevator, and I'm like, hey, is your dog okay? And he's like, yeah, it's totally fine, man. It's totally fine. These things happen. It's totally fine. He's being the chillest man I've ever met in my entire life, dude. And based on the bite marks on my dog, I'm like, maybe this dog fights a lot. Maybe we got lucky, and our dog, who's too aggressive towards dogs, went aggressive towards another aggressive fucking dog. The amount of bite marks on my dog's face made me second guess and be like, I know that my dog ran up to that dog, but that dog might have bit her first because she had like cuts on her chin, on her sides, one up here. She was fucking bruised and bloody, dude. She looked like she was in a fucking UFC fight, bro. She looked like Rocky at the end of Rocky 1. What's the one where he's like really fucked up looking? She looks like Rocky after Clubber Lang beat his ass, dude. Dude, that dog on the roof was fucking Clubber Lang, dude. Anyway, so I was like, you're sure the dog's okay? Is the dog bleeding? And he was like, no, I think she's okay. Oh, I think there's a little cut. It's fine, though. It's fine. These things happen. So cool, dude. And then we get into our apartment, and we clean up the dog, and yeah. It's rough having a dog, dude. It's rough having a dog. It's also rough when it's rough when you're like, I don't it's sometimes it's rough in a relationship to be correct. Cause I don't want to be, sometimes you know you're going to be right, but you don't want to be right, you know? Like I didn't want to be correct. I wanted her to be right and the dog to rise to the occasion and not be covered in blood because I knew that she's a psychopath, you know? And so we're in the aftermath and my girlfriend's just like stressed out and filled with anxiety. And like, what am I supposed to do? Go, told you so? No, dude. I'm being like, it's okay. You do that thing where you're like, you keep saying it's okay, even though it's like, but it's not really that okay. You're like, it's okay. Like, it's okay in the way that like, I love you and I want you to feel better and I don't want you to be stressed out. But also like, don't like keep the leash on her. It's okay in that like we love each other and we need to go to sleep tonight, but it's not okay in that like, please, this is like the fourth fight our dog has gotten into because you're optimistic. It's time to be realistic, okay? But she's okay, dude. She's fucking snoozing right now, dude. You gotta see this. You gotta see this, dude. I'm gonna take a photo. Put that photo up right now. She's fucking snoozing hardcore, dude. I've never seen a dog snooze harder and be more upset at like everything, dude. Dude, this dog, when we first got her, I swear, dude, dogs get bratty and spoiled like humans do, dude. That's the timer. I'll see you guys in the second part. What's up? I'm back. But yeah, dogs get bratty, dude. Like this dog, when we first got her, she was just so happy to have a home. She was a dog who was abandoned and had no home and lived a tragic, traumatic life. And it was just happy to like be next to a warm body. And now it like barks at the lights and it huffs when it doesn't have its food. Dude, at 5:50 every day, sometimes 5:30. The dog gets fed at 6, and at 5:22 sometimes, she'll walk over to my desk and stare at me for 5 minutes straight. And then when I don't look back at her, she goes, she cries, dude. This dog went from, please sir, can I have some more, to give me some fucking more. This is the food I'm supposed to have. Hey, man, you're supposed to have it at the time I dictate, bro. Dude, and she's so cute, she fucking gets away with it, dude. Goddamn, used to be a wolf piece of shit. Still has a little bit of wolf in you when you see other fucking used to be wolves, dude. I've never met a dog that's like so cute and cuddly, and then she's a wolf when she meets other dogs, dude. She just fucking bites their face like a psychopath. But right now, she's just like, she looks like a teddy bear, dude. Maybe it's me. Honestly, dude, it could be. She might be feeding off my energy a little bit, dude. I feel like I'm a pretty chill, normal guy until until I meet another human that's an asshole, and then I might bite their fucking nose, dude. No, dude. I'm chill as hell, dude. I'm one of the chillest, bro. I would never bite another person's nose, dude. What else did I fucking write down, dude? Dude, I keep seeing so many of these weird fucking AI videos that are just like, they're just like, Joe Rogan reacts to this, and then he doesn't it's just him being like, have you seen this clip? Jamie, pull it up. And then it's a clip of whatever the video is promoting. But it's Joe Rogan's not reacting to it. It's just he's the vehicle to make you watch a clip of something you don't give a fuck about. Dude, with AI, there's so many videos that I watch and I go, why the fuck am I watching this? Dude, my theory about AI is that when the voices get good enough that we can't distinguish between AI and real human voices, we're going to watch AI a lot less. Because most of the time when I watch a full AI video, I'm just watching it because I'm amazed that it exists. You know what I'm saying? Like I get pulled in by the dull, weird, inhuman, monotone rhythm of their voice, and I am like, why is he describing the entire video to me before the video happens? You know? I'm more watching AI because it's so fucking bad. To the point where, like, I think if it gets really good, we're gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Because even if the AI voice sounded like a real human, what he was saying was wholly uninteresting. So if it was an actual person, like I know actual people who make the same kind of slop, bullshit, dumb, fucking just showing something else that happened videos, and I turn that off because it's boring. I'm only watching the AI because I'm fascinated by how like fucked up the voice is. So I don't know. I think it'll get so good that we don't pay attention to it. That's my hope, at least. Because people's fear is just that it's going to get so sophisticated that we're just going to pick that instead of people. I hope not, dude. I don't know. I feel like I talked about that on the last podcast. We'll be fine, dude. Hopefully. We'll see, dude. We'll see, bro. I don't know, man. AI. It's a weird thing because it's like, you know, people are afraid of AI, and then people will make arguments like, well, AI, people are, you know, it's always the artist, the human art is better than the AI generated shit, which is true. But I wonder that with video games. It's like video games are so good, but is it because will AI video games like... Is the reason why we love video games so much is because it's tailored by a human, and so we connect to the human elements that are being crafted into this work of art? Or could AI just generate enough for us to just play whatever video game the slop dreams up, dude? I don't fucking know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I do know this. I know video games are better than everything, dude. Dude, people will get upset at you at like... I don't know, dude. People will be like, yo, stop playing a game, go outside. And I don't really think there's many good arguments for that, dude. I think if you're indoors all day playing video games, you know, that makes sense. If you have the time, right? If you're a young kid and you have no responsibilities and you have a week off from school, why would you not just play a video game 24/7? Why would you not play it till your eyes fucking bleed, dude? It's going to be more interesting and fun than any of your friends. 100%, dude. Dude, I thought as I got older, everyone says and thinks like, oh, when you get older, you'll stop playing video games because, you know, you'll become an adult. And it's like, I find the opposite to be happening. I find it harder and harder to stop playing video games. Because the older you get, the more what you always knew to be true is reinforced. That playing GTA is better than being in a club. Driving 90 miles an hour, getting super drunk on a date on a hangout with Roman, where you're driving so drunk that you start a 20 car pileup, and then you see the cars behind you start to catch on fire, and you're trying to push your car through fucking bumper to bumper traffic before every car blows up and then catches your car on fire and blows you up. That is way more fun than paying $200 at a club with a bunch of people you can't hear or would want to hear even if there was no music on. Dude, even people I like, even like friends of mine, even like people I haven't seen in a while, dude, if they were coming over and they suddenly canceled the plans, I would be stoked. If anybody ever goes, hey, actually, I'm not going to be able to make it tonight, I'm like, sick. I get to do whatever I want now. Meanwhile, if a video game is even delayed, it ruins people's months. It ruins your whole holiday, dude. GTA 6 right now, every time it gets delayed, there are dudes in the world who think about shooting another person. There are people in the world who they get depressed for 3 weeks because they're like, fuck, I can't play that game for another year. There are people in the world right now who have the thought, I just hope I'm alive to play GTA 6. There's not many people in life that you hope you're alive to have the same conversation you've already had 12 times with them. Even the repetition of a video game is better than the repetition of drinking, with your friend a lot. I don't know. Listen, dude, everything's a unique experience, and times with the friends are valuable and great, but also Red Dead Redemption 2, I've played it like 3 times, dude. Every time was better than the last, 300 to 1,000 people make video games sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like the video game should be better than people. You should want to play a video game more than you want to be hang out with Jeremy, because Jeremy, people didn't spend a lot of time on Jeremy. People spent little to no time making Jeremy, dude. His parents spent maximum 10 minutes making him, dude. They probably spent like 3.5, and his mom was disappointed by the whole affair. His mom probably was like, can you fucking come so we can maybe we can have a kid? That's the max, dude. Meanwhile, the GTA 6 has been 13 years in development, dude. It's fucking, or however long it is. I don't even know how long it's been. When did GTA 5 come out? 2013? What's that? That's 13 years. Yeah, it's fucking 13 years since the last GTA. I don't know if it's probably not been in development from the last one because, Red Dead Redemption 2 and all that. But since 2018, we have not had a new game from Rockstar, like a brand new fucking game. That's at least 8 years, dude. 8 years of hundreds of people not seeing their families to make this thing. It should be better than my friend Joe. I should want to spend time with it more than my friend Joe, dude. Who works at Starbucks. Not that there's anything wrong with that, dude. Joe would agree with me, bro. Joe would rather play that game than talk to me, who's a video edit, like who edits videos and does comedy. Like, it's an insult to the people, the sacrifice the people who made the game made for you to, be more interested in socializing than playing that game. Dude, if I told somebody who crunched on that game, somebody who, you know, their wife is thinking about divorcing them because they couldn't leave the office for 2 years, if I told that guy, like, hey man, I'd rather hang out with my friend Joe who only talks about the Stranger Things season finale and how there's going to be another secret episode. I'd rather hang out with him than buy your game. That's not right, dude. That's not right. That feels evil and wrong. It feels like there's unbalance in the world if that's how you feel. But I don't know. Some people just don't get it. Some people just don't get video games. It's weird though when people don't get video games and the life they live is like boring as fuck. You know, I'll have people who be like, "Yo, I don't understand why. I don't get why you like video games. Like, I don't understand why people even play them. Like, what do you do? Like, none of it's real." And I'm like, well, what's real, dude? You fucking like buy Bitcoin and golf. Like, what the fuck? What's real about your fucking life, dude? The currency you're betting your life on is technically not. What are we talking about, dude? It's not real. Yeah, I'm aware of that, dude. What are we talking about? Neither is a movie, bro. What the fuck? It's not real is such a stupid fucking argument. So much of life isn't real, dude. So much of what we do day to day is not real, dude. So much of our daily jobs are fucking bullshit nonsense, dude. Think about what you do for work every day. How much of that is real, dude? The paycheck is real. The money you receive is real. But like, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Video games are good is my point. And when a person thinks it's better than hanging out with other people, I think that makes sense, dude. I think that makes sense more than someone being like, I don't understand what's good about a game. You don't understand what's good about like being able to do whatever you want. That's it. You don't understand what's fun about being able to do whatever you want. You don't understand what's fun about flying? You don't understand what's fun about being Spider-Man? While you're golfing, I am Wolverine, dude. What do you not get about... How do you not... And you have the nerve to ask me, how is that fun? Anyway. Dude, I keep thinking about people just say shit, dude. People just say shit and you're like, where did that come from? Is that even a real thing? I keep thinking about this argument I had with somebody where it was a fun argument to have, but the more I like it comes back in my mind, the more I'm like, what the fuck were we even talking about? I was arguing with somebody about how like they were saying how men are better than women because they move on from things faster. Like in relationships, specifically she brought up relationships and was like, men move on in relationships faster. And she was saying that like that is like a thing that everyone knows and that is a stereotype. And in the moment I took it as yeah, I guess that's a stereotype that people believe in. But then I looked it up and it's like that's not even, she wasn't even right on the stereotype she was tripling down on. Statistically speaking, women feel breakups more intensely on like outwardly. Like you will see a woman cry more at a relationship when it first happens. But men take way longer to get over it. And also, the difference is just in what you see. Because a man, you might see a woman cry in front of you because, because she's open enough to do it, and society is like, you can do that. A lot of men have had dads who were like, if you cry, I don't like you anymore. If you cry, you're a little bitch, and we don't even have a relationship anymore. So, every man is also crying when they get broken up with. They're just doing it alone in a dark room, dude. She had the nerve to tell me, she was like, yeah, every man I know, when they break up with somebody, they're like immediately fucking other women. I'm like, yeah, they're fucking other women and silently with no emotion, and they're thinking about the one who they really love and want to be with. Like, what was she even talking about, dude? You ever I always, the female friends of mine, they'll complain about men, unavailable men who like they fuck, but they never want a relationship. And most of that is because men have a girl in their brain who broke their heart at 17 and they're 25 now and they still can't let it go, dude. Men and women both human beings have a hard time breaking up, dude. The difference is you just don't see the hours upon hours upon hours of men alone thinking only about her. Like, she saw her friend be like, yo, fuck that bitch, I don't give a shit about her. And she believed him at face value, dude. She doesn't understand that he said that outwardly to everyone he knows, and then he went home and he sat looking at a wall with no lights on, complete darkness, 7 p.m. And he sat there in silence going, oh, Sarah, I miss you. Why did we... She's probably fucking somebody else. He's doing that for years. He's doing that for like 6 years. Minimum, dude. Oh, shit. Did any man you know just look at him and go, what's her name, dude? What's her name? Who I'm dating? No. What's her name, dude? What's the name of the lady? That you still, even though you don't, she's somewhere in there, dude. Dude, I have multiple friends who, still, to this day, they still are having a hard time finding somebody new because there was somebody else who they really wanted her to just be the one. And yet she had the audacity to be like, men are so strong and they just move right on, dude. Okay. I wish that was the case. That'd be chill, dude. That'd be chill as hell. But even the statistics don't back her up, dude. Even the science is like, you're wrong on the stereotype. Oh, man. Dude, the Golden Globes just happened, huh? My transitions are sick right now, dude. Damn, dude, I brought up the Golden Globes and immediately my dog started licking her pussy, dude. You like the Golden Globes that much, Valentine? You licking your puss? She's just staring at me now. What were you licking just now, dude? What the hell? What the hell were you just doing, you fucking weirdo, dude? What the hell were you just doing? What in tarnation were you just doing? Golden Globes, dude. You know what's interesting about the Golden Globes is they always They always do like best comedy. Like they have the best comedies of the best comedy musicals, and they have the best dramas. But this was the first year in a long time where it was like the majority. Hey, what are you growling at? Me? What? You don't like the Golden Globes? No, she's just sniffing it. What are you growling at? You growling at the reflection? That's me, dude. That's me in the glass. What are you? That's me, dude. Holy shit, dude. She's seeing me in the window, and she thinks she's freaking out. She thinks it's like an evil doppelganger. Valentine, that's me and you. Anyway, the Golden Globes, dude. This was interesting because this was the first time that like the majority of the movies that were really good were comedies. Even though I don't know, people keep talking about how comedy is dead. How like the comedy movie is dead. But every year the award-winning movies become funnier and funnier. Like Anora was maybe like one of the funniest movies I've seen in like 6 years, dude. It was like Abbott and Costello in modern times. I haven't seen a slapstick that comedy that funny since fucking My Cousin Vinny, dude. Marty Supreme, also hilarious movie. Like these movies they're not billed as comedies, but when you watch them, you're like, oh, this is like, I'm laughing out loud the same amount I would be laughing out loud at a comedy movie. And so it started making me beg the question of like, are comedy movies dead or have they just morphed into something new? I don't know. Sometimes I think that the reason why dramas are becoming funnier and funnier and just like movies are genre blending more and more is because it's like reality is so ridiculous and like the things we see every day are so crazy that to dramatize anything has to be funny. Because the drama of real life is hilarious. It's like we live in what feels like a farce. So if you're going to dramatize that, if you're going to make that into a movie, it automatically is going to have elements of comedy if it's true to reality at all. Like Begonia is both sad, fucked up, and hilarious. And Eddington, Begonia and Eddington. I mean, Begonia was nominated. Eddington wasn't nominated. It should have been, but it wasn't. But these movies are like, they are, to me, Eddington and Begonia are like movies that were so prescient and they were so of the time and they are so capturing exactly the psychosis of the moment. And they are both very funny movies in their depictions. Like they're tragic and hilarious. Because you the reality of it is funny in a way that can't be denied in cinema. I mean, One Battle After Another was fucking so funny, dude. And it was about now. It was about right now. It was about the current moment, and it was beyond funny. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I can't stop thinking about. Like maybe the reason why movies dramas are becoming funnier and funnier is just because there is no observation without it being hilarious. You can't observe the current moment without the second thing, your second thought being, that's fucking funny. The moment you observe something in our current modern times, you immediately go, that's also fucking funny. Yeah, I don't know if that made any sense, but I really liked Marty Supreme. I really liked Eddington. I really liked Begonia. I really liked One Battle After Another. Those movies were very good. If you're looking for a movie, watch one of those movies. Anyway, the camera's about to run out. I feel like I've been talking too much. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. My dog needs to be taken for a walk. Hey, you want to go for a walk? Oh, maybe I'll take her for one right now. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I hope I made some sense. I hope I made you laugh. We all love Valentine, whether we know her or not. Yeah, dude. I'll see you guys next week. And until then, please do not storm the Capitol over Stranger Things, dude. Please don't do that. All right, peace out.
Piece of shit.